So today I'm here at VidSummit. I'm going to be talking to creators and asking them what makes them successful and also how would they invest their money. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one.
But it was when I was like, wow, I'm making a full-time income doing something that I love. When I hit six figures, that was pretty like, holy cow, I can really do something with it.
Oh, I don't even know what's realistic, so let's go big or go home. Let's say $25,000. Let's just go big.
Sky's the limit with a guy like me. I am king, right? So there's a lot of upkeep here. I need the money, okay? Give me the bag.
So I'm here with.
Natalie Callahan, Design to the Nines.
How long have you been creating content for?
Well, I think it's officially about 6 years. I threw some videos up prior to that, but officially 6 years.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And are you currently monetized or are you working towards getting monetization?
I'm monetized, been monetized for a while, yeah.
That's awesome. So how has creating content changed your life?
Oh, it's I get to be doing what I love and get paid for it. It's like the best thing ever. I mean, I get to set my own schedule, create the content that I want, but I'm obviously taking into consideration my community and what they want, but what they want usually aligns, and so it's great. No, it's changed my life tremendously, so yeah.
That's amazing. All right, so 5 years from now, all right, did you have a number in mind that you would like to be making monthly? And if so, I guess, what are some things that you're going to do, in the future to kind of get closer to that goal?
Okay, so I would love to make multiple seven figures monthly and do that through product lines. I've started a company with products and we just launched a couple of months ago. And so growing that, but also growing my channel, growing my sponsorship. So the goal is to hopefully make multiple millions a month and year.
I love that. And it's amazing too, because I think, a lot of people, they just don't hear that side of content and how it can really change your life.
Yeah.
So that's amazing that you're kind of going towards that goal. Let me ask you this. So, what are some ways you may invest or spend that money, in order to, make sure it sticks around for a while? What are some investment strategies that you possibly have, not only now, but for the future?
Well, my husband and I really love to invest in real estate, so I think that is definitely something that we'll continue to do. If you play the long game in real estate, that there's a lot of money to be made, but there's a strategy to do it short term. We like to play the long game, and so we'll probably invest in real estate, obviously do typical savings as well, investing into other business venture ideas, and so just having multiple streams of income coming in. So if, for say, YouTube shut down or whatever, we'd have other streams of income coming in.
I love that. And I'm going to kind of maybe touch on, correct me if I'm wrong, the long game. Are you guys kind of buying 30-year fixed mortgages and renting houses out for the long game in real estate?
Yeah, so we have multiple different strategies in real estate. We have like short-term rental strategies. Our overall strategy has typically been, and it may change from where we're at right now, but in the past what we did is got really scrappy. We would buy a home, live in it, as an owner financing instead of an investment financing, because it's much cheaper to do it that way. With my niche that I do, I'd fix it up, and then we'd move on to the next property. And while we're fixing it up, we'd also try to save as much as we could for a down payment on the next property. So we've already collected, 5 or 6 properties now, and so we'll continue to go with that. But like going forward, we're kind of in the home that we want to be in, so we may need to go in more of like an investment strategy that way.
I love that. So it sounds like house hacking is kind of what you guys have been doing.
That's my channel. That's we do DIY and home decor on Design to the Nines. So.
That's awesome. That is absolutely amazing. I think I hit the right person. I have like a million more questions, but I'm not going to bore you with it. That's so cool. I guess if you had to give advice to anyone who's looking to get into real estate, as a beginner. Not so much strategy, but maybe just like advice. What advice, would you give that person looking to get started in real estate?
Buy a home that is really ugly, but does not have like really fundamental problems with it. So it's just aesthetically ugly. Then do as much down payment as you can afford to get into that property, but not be stretched so much that you can't fix it up. But then you want to fix it up while you live in it, and that will grow the equity immediately. And then if you wanted to sell it, you could, but you could also hang on to rent it out at a higher price than you could have before and just continue going. And so start out by buying in a really good neighbor, the best ugly house you can find, if that makes sense.
I love that. I mean, it's such a good strategy too, and I kind of talk about it a little bit too, but what I always kind of stress is, you can, wait to buy real estate, or you can buy real estate and wait. And the people who are the most successful are the people who bought real estate and waited. Last question for you. So what was that aha moment when you realized, wow, content creation is actually something I could do?
Yeah. When I think it was when I was actually starting to be profitable, because in the beginning, I was losing money doing content creation. Definitely no money in it in the beginning stages. But it was when I was like, wow, I'm making a full-time income doing something that I love. When I hit 6 figures, that was pretty like, holy cow, I can really do something with it.
That's awesome. And was it a video that kind of got you over the hump? Was it, did you go to a conference? Was there any like specific moment that was like, wow, I'm doing it?
This is actually fortuitous that we're here. So I went to VidSummit in 2019.
Okay.
I was stuck at 15,000 subscribers, not making any money at what I was doing, and coming here changed everything. By the next VidSummit, I had 125,000 subscribers, and everything had changed, and my channel was profitable. And so anytime you can gain education in anything that you love, try to do that.
All right, so I'm here with?
Best of Becca.
And what is your YouTube handle?
It is Best of Becca.
Okay, so how long have you been creating content?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So what has been your favorite part about creating content so far?
Creating with others. So I have a co-host, King Ferdinand. So it's been incredible working with him in his studio and bouncing off ideas from him and seeing honestly how many people I've been able to inspire in these short 2 months.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. All right, we're gonna extend out a little bit. We're gonna go a little further out. So 5 years from now, what is a goal of yours financially you would like to be making monthly from content creation?
Oh, I don't even know what's realistic. So let's go big or go home. Let's say $25,000. Let's just go big. I have no idea. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. And what type of content do you foresee yourself creating, and also making $25,000 a month?
Yeah, self-improvement. I'm trying to help people guide themselves through difficult things in their life. Yeah.
That's amazing. And would that be more of podcast style type stuff?
Yeah, definitely more podcast style. We have a video aspect to it as well, so you can really catch me and my co-host as we talk. Yeah.
I love that. All right, so let me ask you this. Hypothetically, $25,000. All right, you're making $25,000 a month. How are you spending or investing the money to grow that money?
Definitely a better studio, but mostly implementing ways to engage the viewers more and how I can help them, whether it's supporting charities, nonprofits, getting closer to students, and any kind of helpful engagement.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So, and this may be advice to creators who are kind of, where you are, you said 2 months in, or, creators who are kind of on the fence about starting content creation. What life advice would you give to somebody who wants to get started or wants to kind of grow their content, growing content?
Have a little bit of a plan. You can start storyboarding if you like. Don't worry about not having all the equipment, all the needs necessary. Just start manifesting and doing what you can and go from there, and the people will find you and things will happen.
I love that. And I love that. You kind of touched on something too that a lot of people may not know about, but you said storyboarding?
Yeah,
storytelling.
Crafting out your plan in a sense. Be like, okay, well, I want to touch people. Okay, what topics do I want? Okay, what do I need from here, here, and here? And then just go from there and watch it kind of just work itself out.
Yeah. No, and that's amazing too, because I think like sometimes people just want to, well, I'm just going to see what happens. But if you want to kind of talk about maybe was there a hurdle you had to overcome where it's like, I don't think I'm ready for this, and you just ripped the Band-Aid off? You want to kind of talk more about that?
Yeah, so I was not going to do video at all. I was just going to do audio only and just go from there. I wasn't even going to have a co-host. It was just going to be me. but I met King Ferdinand at a pool party, and he was like, hey, like, you should really do video, and you should really, like, use my studio. And he came and did one show, and I was like, the next week, I was like, and this is my co-host, and surprised him. And so I just jumped that hurdle real quick and just kept on with it. I'm so glad I did. It's been a great journey.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. Last question. If you have any, message to the world, what would that message be?
Never give up. Dream really big, and keep manifesting. Things will happen for you. Oh, stay kind.
There you go. That's it. Stay kind, stay amazing, and keep working hard. I love it. I love it. All right. So I'm here with
King Ferdinand, all one word, baby.
King Ferdinand. And what's your YouTube handle?
It's at King Ferdinand, all one word. And I made it simple for everybody. And it's the same thing on all social platforms. King Ferdinand, all one word.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Love it. So obviously we're at VidSummit here in Dallas, Texas. How many years have you been to VidSummit?
This is actually my first year, and I live in Dallas, Texas. I don't know if I said that off camera, but I live about 15 minutes away from here. And I'm actually a volunteer for VidSummit, so I was actually able to see behind the scenes, get everybody band up, their swag bags. I was able to see all of that behind the scenes feel, and now able to experience the vendor show. It's been incredible. First year. Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, so how many years, I know we kind of talked off camera, how many years have you been creating content?
I really got serious about content creation about a year ago. I started getting my feet wet about 2 years ago. But now I'm at the point where it's going up. So I have an executive producer, I have an audio guy, graphic designer, all kinds of different things moving together. And our goal is to get to monetization. We're not there yet. We're building our community, building the audience, and consistency with releasing content. That's where we are right now.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And what type of content do you create? I know you kind of mentioned that you were in the podcast niche, if I'm not mistaken. What other type of content do you create?
So the podcast, let's start with that. The podcast is called Talking Just to Talk with King Ferdinand. It's a show that celebrates the art of conversation, and I love to talk with artists and entrepreneurs and create an environment for them to speak from the heart. So I like to talk to them about their creative process, whatever product, service, whatever it is that they offer to consumers. I like to talk about that creative process and then figure out a way to collaborate so I can elevate and bring everybody together at the same time.
I love that.
Okay, that's how I build a community. Let's tap into what you're doing and what I'm doing and see how we can meet at an intersection.
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
Yes.
And I think as creators, we need more of that. Creators helping creators. I think that's awesome.
Yes.
So I know you mentioned you're not monetized yet, but I guess 5-year goal, right? What would you like to be making, from content creation from a monetary standpoint monthly?
Monthly?
Monthly.
Sky's the limit with a guy like me. I am king, right? So there's a lot of upkeep here. I need the money, okay? Give me the bag. I'm ready. I'm fully focused in this right now. I used to work for, I won't say on camera, I'll tell you off camera, but a very large corporation in sales and marketing and leadership. Worked in leadership my whole life. My first job, I was a cashier at a grocery store, making announcements over the loudspeaker, and then working for the largest company in communication in the world. And I know you will know exactly what company I'm talking about, okay? But I don't do free marketing. I like to market entrepreneurs and creative people like us, okay? They already have their billions of dollars in marketing budgets, so I'm not gonna give them any shout outs. But I started off as a cashier at a grocery store and worked my way all the way up to a very large corporation, worked in leadership my whole life, and now I am fully focused as a creator. And my goal is to be a multi-millionaire, okay? I have a complete brand here. So King Ferdinand is not just my name. I don't know if we could zoom out. I mean, we got it right there, right?
We can get it down a little bit. Yeah, we can bring it down a little bit.
Yeah. Just to let y'all know what kind of situation we're dealing with over here. So everything is influenced by art, fashion, and music. So all of the content, I said entrepreneurs and creative people, but I'm also shining a light on my capacity and my capabilities to collaborate with artists. And so like what I'm wearing right now, I've had artists actually do this for me on behalf of my brand, the House of King Ferdinand. So I also have a brand as well.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that. All right, perfect. So, I just got a couple more questions for you. A lot of stuff I do talk about is financial literacy, investing, and different things like that. So I know you talked about, you would like your channel to get to millions of dollars. What are some ways maybe that you would invest that money, or what are some unique ways you would spend the money to maybe make it last, over past your lifetime?
Yeah. I would say, I mean, I like to think of my brand as a collective, cohesive brand. The House of King Ferdinand is not just about fashion, it's about collaborating, it's about building community. My goal is not just to build myself up as a brand, a personal brand, but to identify talent along the way. Because my leadership experience is just natural for me, even though that's not my job anymore per se, but it's still my responsibility to uplift other creators just like myself. So I will always turn around and give a bouquet of flowers to the artists that deserve that. So I'm going to reinvest in other talent, to answer your question.
I absolutely love that. All right, so last question for you. If you were to give, life advice, to your younger self, or any younger creators that are watching out there who want to, maybe in the position that you are, just want to be successful in creation, what advice would that be?
I would say, I have this phrase that I always say, everything starts at home, right? As a creator, I have so many ideas and there's so many different things that I want to accomplish in my lifetime. And my thought was that, okay, I'm going to throw so many different irons in the fire, throw so many things at the water to see what's going to stick early on. So I would say take your time, really write down your ideas, get a creativity notebook, and start writing down your goals. So I narrowed down my goals. I have 13 different things I want to accomplish. And the number 13 is significant to me because if you count the letters in King Ferdinand, there's 13 letters. So I'm very strategic and very mindful of every single thing that I do. So the advice that I would have is don't try to do everything at once. You have time. Start with the thing that you can do at home. That's why I say everything starts at home. So you don't have that sense of urgency and feeling that you need to spend so much money on a subscription that is going to help edit your videos with AI or Adobe Suite when you're not there yet. And I'm still not there yet, but I invested my own money to create this whole enterprise, but I threw too much money in it too early on. So that's the advice I would give.
I love that. I love that. So powerful. Listen, make sure you follow my man. Thank you guys for watching. And hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. That was cool.